Look, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about what everybody else is
I
talking about.
told you they didn't want him, dude. I told you they didn't want either of them. I told you that.
Is
Ain't nothing special about those boys, at least on that team.
is Derrick Henry? Is he the missing piece? Did Derrick Henry make the Ravens a Super Bowl team? Are they the number one team?
We haven't talked about
Are they
Henry. I was
it?
talking about another team.
I don't know who you were talking about because when you said that, I'm like, yeah, no, they don't want J.K. or Gus. Fuck them. I was like,
LA,
they
but
want
they
Derrick.
don't want JK or Gus. Agreed.
Derrick Henry's a Raven.
Derrick Henry's a Raven. Because
People,
we were talking about, well, right when Gus got traded, we were like, oh, at least I was like, you guys are getting Henry.
I mean, we said on Monday's episode, like, yeah, no,
it would be cool to have a Derrick Henry Raven jersey.
And then the next day, as the video is published,
because free agency started on Monday.
Yeah,
it was a second day thing, and it was early in the morning.
So as the last episode was publishing, Derrick Henry became a Raven. I'm like, God, damn it!
And I saw all this talk like, oh, the Ravens Super Bowl odds haven't changed and all this shit, and it's like, agreed. Like they shouldn't.
I get what you're saying. They should already be high. Is that what?
Yeah, but like we talked a lot about how the Ravens are a run-heavy offense who have the best run offense in the league. Like adding a piece to the run game is a help, especially a guy like Derrick Henry. You'll get more production out of one guy than you've had in a long time. But it's not like this game-changing thing for at least this team. For other teams, sure, not this team.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a big move, but it's nothing that's
okay. Here's the thing:
completely absurd.
Is he as much of a game changer as a Raven compared to when he was a Titan? I'm not totally sure and let me explain that. When I say that, I mean if Derrick Henry, if anything happened on Tennessee, 9 times out of 10 it was something Derrick Henry did. So he wasn't just the game changer; he was the game. He was the Titans' entire game plan. So,
and if he didn't touch the ball 45 times, they're not winning.
So yeah, when you come over to Baltimore and you're playing with a MVP quarterback, it's like obviously not all the light is not going to be shined on you. No. So maybe you're not as much of a game changer as you were, but when it comes to a running back coming to a team with, hopefully by the time the season comes around, a better O-line than he's played with in Tennessee.
You guys lost the guy, no?
We lost. We're Ravens are. We got Derrick Henry, and then just we're losing everybody else.
Mush that O-line over there. Well, maybe that's a draft thing you guys are going to get.
I hope so. But
like, I don't know who else you guys would be able to draft other than an O-line.
Like us just talking about Derrick Henry being a Raven, to me, isn't that important or entertaining or interesting because we kind of knew. I mean, we knew. We said
at least when Gus moved,
it
was set in stone. But again, like all that talk about, like the last 2 trade deadlines, it's like, oh, Derrick Henry's interested in being a Raven, and then it was like after the season, it was like Derrick Henry's interested in being a Eagle or a Raven, and then Saquon goes to the Eagles, and Gus leaves. It was set pretty much.
Saquon goes to the Eagles. Gus was out of there. Derrick Henry is a Raven, but to ask the question again, are they the favorites? Are they number 1 right now
in the AFC
or in the NFL?
Are they number 1?
As a Raven,
they should be.
As a Ravens fan,
but I think KC will hold number 1 regardless.
You're saying.
And they got your trash.
Are you saying
they got some of your scum?
We'll talk about it. You're saying going into this year? You're saying going into this year, or you're saying that's going to be inevitable by the end of next season?
No, going into the year. Until the season starts, they will be the favorite.
I would have to agree. Like as a Ravens fan, I could easily sit here and be like, "This is it." I'll say one thing.
I think the Ravens team is better.
We're better with Derrick Henry, but I can't stand the people. And at this point, it's like these are just people that are never gonna understand. But like, there are people who are like, when this got announced, I can't stand the people who are like, okay, and It's like no,
No,
this is a big deal.
this is a big deal for sure.
Because it's like, but as a Ravens fan, if I get too excited, it's like okay, like yeah, you think he's going? Y'all,
Oh, you're just a Ravens.
bro,
No,
it's like
this
I
is a
don't.
big deal.
I,
This is a team that was in an AFC Championship last year.
I,
This isn't the Packers getting Josh Jacobs.
I mean, if I was a Ravens fan, I would be. If I was not a Ravens fan, I would be going, "Oh shit, they made it. That is a move. That is
Yeah.
a big move."
I
Kansas
mean,
City,
Henry. I mean, I think this is 2 years too late, but still pretty impactful.
Kansas City, they are confusing the shit out of me. Because they renegotiate Patrick Mahomes' contract to clear up some cap space, but they sign Chris Jones to a huge deal or a huge extension or deal. Or at this point, I'm so lost
I don't know.
in memory
I
on.
don't give two fucks about
And
Chris
then
Jones.
apparently they're set to give
The only
Travis.
thing he'll be remembered for is his combine.
They're set to give Travis a big old extension.
Of
But
course.
it's like I, I I don't know how long that's gonna last. Where it's like, all right, well, Kansas City can just spend money on 3 people and just get whoever and win a Super Bowl. Maybe it'll happen again. Will they three-peat? Yeah, they could. Um,
Yeah.
but
Well, because they got the richest lady in the NFL. They got the richest person in the NFL.
and it's like from recency bias sake, yeah, Ravens got to be number 2.
Yeah.
But I don't know what, and we're going to talk about some of these teams, but I don't know what the Texans are going to look like. I don't know what the Jets are going to look like. I don't know what the rest of the AFC North is going to look like. I don't know what the
Yeah.
AFC East is going to look like. I don't know what's going on in the AFC before we even touch the NFC.
I don't know what's going on
Period.
in the league.
That's what I'm saying because we were kind of just talking. We switched to just AFC, but I mean the entire league. I'm not too sure. This last week has shaken up the league and
I don't know if I don't know if there's been an off season like this that I've seen.
in a
I mean,
while.
there's not a lot of quarterback moves or anything, but everything else is
I'd like
pretty rough.
to.
Eric Armstead went somewhere. I don't know.
I'd like to do research and see like I would say like the last time there was this much noise about
Yeah,
off-season moves was probably what Brady.
but it's not even like it's just like fake noise. Like, hey, hype us up. We're moving a lot of guys. Like, no, these are big players.
No, I would say
Like
that
teams have
the
changed.
last time there was this much real noise would probably be like when Brady went to Tampa.
Yeah, but that was one guy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
A few guys.
that's what I
maybe.
meant by doing research. Like I'd like to see maybe something else happen. Maybe there were more moves, but like
Yeah.
that just took over anything.
Someone
else
said
that
something to me like 2013.
happened.
Can't remember what it was.
See, but it's also a lot of moves.
Manning, maybe.
It's a lot of multiple good moves
Yeah.
that happened this year. Like Aaron Rodgers.
I don't hate a lot of these. Like these moves are like for the benefit of the league.
Yes, but Aaron Rodgers to the Jets last year outshined any other move.
Every move.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
what are we going to talk about besides the fact that Aaron Rodgers is on a brand new team? The same way when Tom went to Tampa, it's like, what else are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
That's
There was not
that is the move. That if there is any
last
move,
year. I don't. Yeah, it was just A-Rod.
see, but that's all we remember. There could have been great moves. Like there could have been. I mean, I don't.
But
Here's the thing.
this
I
is
can't
this is
tell
the
you.
but this is like there's a lot of guys who are either in their who are at the end of their rookie deals. A lot of great guys who are at the end of their rookie deals or at the end of their second deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys who are in their complete primes who are now moving.
It just
Like
lined
we don't
up.
see that. Like we see that every couple years maybe, but this is the first time where guys are almost opposed to staying in the same place.
So it kind of the regular season kind of translated over because of like the amount of different starting quarterbacks last year, the amount
Yeah.
of movement last year during the season.
During the season, yeah.
It's kind of like it's like I don't know. It hasn't slowed down at all. It just kept, if anything, it got more intense.
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry is a Raven. I'm excited. I'm definitely
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Of course.
If we do what we're supposed
I
to
mean,
do,
the amount of hype. I mean, it's King Henry, dude.
it's King Henry. And if we do what we're supposed to do and what everybody expects us to do and thinks we should do, I think we're gonna be number 1, number 2 contender to win a Super Bowl next season. But if we
At
do,
least in the AFC, yeah.
if we go in the AFC Championship game next year and drop back on 3rd and 1 instead of giving it to Derrick Henry, we
You guys
might.
might be in a Marshawn type of situation, having that type of guy.
And that's the thing. Like, I can't do that. As a Ravens fan, it's like, yeah, we've had some bad moments, but we've never been cemented in history with like a super
Terrible call.
terrible move or
Well,
call
there's a
or anything.
terrible kick,
Well, what?
Mr. Cundiff.
Yeah, Billy Cundiff. That's the worst thing. Talking about a game. Like, okay, I'll take it. Shit, I think Lee Evans' drop before that was worse.
Sure.
The play before that. So,
What's the worst Redskins career move?
well,
I think the
or
last.
play. I mean,
I think the last 30 years.
well, I mean, I would say like remembered part of history.
Yeah,
Something bad would be like RG3's knee, like getting
that's fair.
shut up, like that.
Theismann.
That too, like that time in history where it's like,
Yeah.
it's like people will not forget that. So yeah, that Malcolm
No
Butler.
no one forgets Theismann. Like every
No.
old person, I say old, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever. They're all like this sound, the force,
And that's
his leg sticking out. It's
and,
like,
and us in the future, it's gonna be if Russell Wilson's brought up, Malcolm Butler, Marshawn Lynch, if any of them are
yeah,
brought up, it's gonna be that play. It's gonna be that
yeah.
interception. That's
And
what's gonna be talked about.
well, no one's bringing up Malcolm Butler outside of that play
Exactly.
ever.
Um,
Also Kevin Ware. That's one that
Ware. Oh
I'm
my
showing that to my
god.
kids.
No.
The first time that they can they're
Uh-uh.
not watching TV. They're watching Kevin Ware
No.
snap his
I
leg.
can't show my kids that. If
I'm showing
I
that
have
them.
kids, bro,
I'm showing
like,
that
no, I'm not.
every day to a
There's
child.
no way I'm showing them Kevin Ware's injury.
I'm showing the close up, zoomed in slow mo footage.
No, bro, I might as well show them everything there is to offer in the sports injury
Well, we're
world.
not a sports injury. Yeah, I was like, we're not showing them
Yeah, I
one
don't know
guy,
where
one
you were.
glass,
You were.
one guy, one
Yeah,
jar.
get
We're
your
not.
mind out the gutter. I was talking. We were talking
My
strictly
mind's
sports.
not in the gutter. It's in a shed.
But here's the biggest move for a Ravens fan that happened right after Derrick Henry joined. Patrick Queen left.
Peep.
And I mean, we talked about it.
Do we even talk about him? Should we?
Yeah. I mean,
this is disrespect on the highest of the highest form.
Here's the thing. Patrick Queen, we've talked about it. I said that we'll be able to fill that gap. We'll be able to replace him.
Yes.
And I still think we'll be able to.
I wholeheartily agree.
It definitely helps Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
which is like, I get it. It's like, bro, it's like, do your thing. Like, do your thing. Like, get your bag. But it's like, you couldn't have went anywhere else. And it's like, I don't even hate people that go from like Ravens to Steelers, or like Saquon went from the Giants to Philly. It's like, all right, whatever. But it's like,
well, that's irrelevant.
It's like
Giants and Steelers, they're like, oh, you went in divisional. It's like the NFC East is, we don't have those same type of problems anymore.
But I mean, it's like you could have went and got your money somewhere else. You had to go help another team that like has to defeat, like go through us, like go through your guys, like your old guy. I get it. It's like it's a business, but like you couldn't have went to. Like, imagine if Brady went to Miami. Like, it's like, what a dick. Like,
exactly.
You're a douchebag.
No, if you went to the Bills.
You go to the Bills, well, that would have been stupid. But either way, I'm saying, like,
sure.
Like, you had to go to Pittsburgh. You had to help buff that defense up a little bit more.
If Brady went to the Jets, that's the end of the world. But, no, from what I am aware of, PQ is the only guy in his prime to move between Steelers and Ravens. Either way.
I couldn't tell you. In their prime for sure. I don't
think anyone's ever done it in their prime. I know guys have moved.
There's been moves.
Guys have played for both teams.
I mean, we had
no one has ever moved.
Rod Woodson.
Sure. But no one has ever moved prime.
Do we even count Le'Veon Bell? I mean, that was
that was a
second.
The Steelers did not care that you guys picked them up. No one cared.
And we're probably, people are probably going right over our head, but
no. From what the internet told me, it's the only prime player to move.
Oh,
PQ.
Patrick Queen. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, for sure. Probably the only prime player from Steelers.
The boos are going to be fun. The Those games are going to be fun,
It's fine.
especially y'all putting the absolute work on Russ.
I've
That'll be fun.
I've also seen what Derrick Henry can do to Patrick Queen firsthand. So
Yeah,
I'm really not going to be too worried about those Ravens Steelers games when it comes down to that. So
yeah.
yeah, we got. I mean, I don't know. Let's move on. Enough Ravens talk, Queen talk, Henry talk.